Okay.
Yeah, so anyway, so I'm gonna pick assists that help me demonstrate stuff. Like for Philia, I'm gonna do sweep. For Cerebella, I'm gonna do command throw. And for Peacock, I'm gonna do bomb.
All right.
Right. So, and again, there's real-time lighting on all the characters, all that stuff. I'm not gonna waste time with that because it's everywhere already.
We just went,
So I'll pick one of the other stages.
Uh, just to talk a bit about the characters.
Yep.
So, I don't know if you guys have talked about how many characters you're looking at in the final version, but well, when you're creating the characters, what is important? Gameplay mechanics, functionality first, or design, aesthetic design?
It's actually kind of neat because I feel bad because they're just standing around not doing anything, so I'm at least gonna hit a button. But it's actually kind of neat because the way that we come up with a new character is the character is already like designed, right? Like Philia existed, and they have giant brainstorming sessions among all the artists, and they just draw like anything that they would think is actually appropriate for Philia to do. I mean, you know, ringing a doorbell and running away or whatever. And we actually got that one. But so everything that they come up with that they then give to me goes through Alex, who's the character creator and like the director of this, and he sends me things that are actually would be appropriate for Philia to do. And then from there, I look at it and like, so Cerebella ended up with a ton of moves where she's grabbing people and giant punches and all that stuff, so hey, she should totally be a grappler, right? Philia ended up with a bunch of really sharp-looking attacks and an air dash, so she ended up rushdown. Peacock had tons of crap that she was throwing at you all the time, right? And she had all these like other assists and helpers and things, see? So she ended up being a zoner. And after the initial brainstorm, I go through and decide how the character is going to come together as a fighting game character, but the purpose of the initial brainstorm is you're never going to see, you know, some guy in a farmer's outfit throwing a fireball because it's not something that the artist would have drawn because it's not appropriate for his character. So you get a cohesive character design out of it, both artistically and concept-wise and gameplay-wise, because as soon as the initial brainstorms are done, it's all about gameplay from there.
Awesome.
And like very often we won't get, you know, weak attacks because nobody really likes drawing those as concepts. So I have to come back to them and be like, well, we're missing crouching weak punch and she totally doesn't have this special or whatever.
Awesome.
So yeah.
All right, well, let's see a little bit of combat.
All right. I'm gonna be as annoying as possible.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the setting and characters?
I actually am discouraged from doing that mostly because the artist came up with all of it and he's much better at it. But you can ask questions and I'll try to answer for sure. I mean, the basic story is...
Okay, what's with the hats?
The hats is only... Okay, let me do that a different way. So, Philia, right?
Yeah.
It's not actually a hat, it's a monster that's on the back of her head.
Okay.
See? Oh, I was supposed to hit you with that, but okay.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright. I'll try to hit you with it. I'll try to hit you with it again. Oh, nope. Guess not. Anyway, so Philia has living hair on the back of her head. Right?
Yeah.
Who helps her out with all of her attacks.
Nice.
See? She's kind of an unwilling participant. And actually, she never punches you, right? Like, all of her punches are...
The hair.
Right? So she's very, very unwilling to do anything. He can only convince her to kick. Cerebella is actually a hat. Like, she'll take it off. Oh, I totally did. Alright. Right, so she takes it off. It's a hat that helps her out. And has the arms in. So I asked what it felt like, and he said, you know, like those mascots at Disneyland.
So hers is literally a hat.
Yes, hers is actually a hat. And Peacock is a 1940s cartoon character.
Right.
Right, so she doesn't have anything to do with her head. It's just kind of, it was sort of an unfortunate choice that these were the first two characters we revealed because they were both something having to do with your head. But it's actually called SkullGirls because there's an artifact called the Skull Heart that every 7 years grants whichever woman is in possession of it a wish. So everybody is seeking the Skull Heart, which is where you get SkullGirls.
So,
Not actually hats.
so how important is story to the overall product, SkullGirls?
Pretty important actually. He was the